Happy Monday, everyone. I'm NBC Connecticut Storm Tracker meteorologist Rochelle J. We're watching our next winter storm that's going to be pushing into the eastern and northeastern U.S. on February 13th. So just before Valentine's Day, looks like we could have a white Valentine's Day across areas of New England and northeastern U.S. So as far as our latest thoughts, we're recording this around midday on Monday. It looks like the model data has shifted that system to the south, so that will move the band of heaviest snow a little farther south. Timing, it looks like that snow develops after midnight, and we have the potential for some very heavy snowfall rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour, and some of the heaviest snow is probably going to come during the morning to midday hours of your Tuesday. And 8 to 12 inches looks like a good bet for a good chunk of Connecticut. In fact, in case you missed it earlier today on Monday, that winter storm warning was actually expanded and now includes the entire state. For a while, we didn't have that our shoreline communities, our I-95 neighborhoods included in that winter storm warning, but now it will go into effect early Tuesday morning for the entire state of Connecticut, Rhode Island, a good portion of Massachusetts as well. So here's a look at the current snow depth. We've got a decent bit of snow in the western U.S., but of course, we're keeping an eye on the northeast. It's really northern New England and far upstate New York where we have that snow right now. We're going to see this shift, though, as we head through the day tomorrow. As that snow falls, as it accumulates, we will see those values shifting farther southward. So here's what we're thinking as of midday on Monday. Still could tweak. We still have some model data that's going to be coming in, so we may be tweaking this just slightly later on tonight before the first flakes and the first sprinkles start to move in. So 8 to 12 inches looks like a good bet for a good portion of Connecticut, but kind of flipping it from what we typically would see with a snowstorm, we've got this 4 to 8 just over toward northwestern Connecticut, some of the Litchfield Hills. So we could be seeing less snow in the hills versus what we see a little bit farther south. So we'll continue to monitor, we'll continue to tweak the forecast as we get new information in to the Storm Tracker Weather Center. So this is going to be what's called a bomb cyclone. You may have heard that around the internet. What that means is that the storm is going to be rapidly intensifying. The storm's pressure is going to drop 24 millibars, which is just a measure of atmospheric pressure and indicator of storm strength. So it's going to drop at least 24 millibars within 24 hours. So that storm is going to strengthen rapidly. You may hear a similar term when we're talking about hurricane season as well. So surface map setup, again, we're looking at right around midday on Monday. This is the storm that we're watching down into the southern U.S. They're getting storms. We're talking about potential for some strong to possibly severe weather down there into southern Georgia, areas of Florida. And then we have a level 1 risk for a good portion of Georgia and the Carolinas, as well as far eastern Alabama and northern Florida as well. But this system, again, it's causing flooding issues as well as the potential for some severe weather into the southern U.S. For us here, let's look ahead. We're going to time this storm out as it moves from the southern U.S., potential for some flooding. They also have flood watches down into some of those areas of Georgia, Alabama, and the Carolinas as well. As it moves northward, we're going to watch snow developing early on Tuesday morning. And you see first couple of flakes, first couple of raindrops starting to fall for southern New England, maybe an hour or two after midnight. So very early on Tuesday, most folks will still be asleep. As we head toward what would typically be the morning rush hour, this is when we could see some of that snowfall intensity picking up. So heavier snowfall rates. Will also have winds to contend with this storm as well. So we're watching the system as it intensifies, as it moves farther northward. We'll continue with some of those deep purple colors as we head toward midday. And then right now, it actually looks like the snow starts to back off a bit as we go toward lunchtime and early afternoon before completely moving out of Connecticut and southern New England, probably around, if not before, the top of the evening commute. So this is going to be an early morning, midday, early afternoon system as far as timing goes. So potential storm impacts, we're looking at accumulating snow and travel issues will be a big problem for southern New England. Gusty winds will also be of concern. Coastal flooding, not too much of a concern for us as we head from Monday night into the day on Tuesday. Power outages are possible, but probably more likely east of Connecticut. So here's a look at peak wind gusts on Tuesday. I think the wind gusts will peak during, if not late morning, early afternoon. We're looking at 30 to 40 mile an hour winds across a good portion of the state. And then as we look towards southeastern Connecticut, maybe some areas of eastern Connecticut, 40 to 50 mile an hour max gusts are possible. But when we head over toward Cape Cod, Nantucket, and Martha's Vineyard, that's where we have the best potential for those power outages. High wind alerts are in place there. 50 to 60 mile an hour peak wind gusts are possible toward the Cape and Islands. Here's a look at the jet stream forecast. So we're going to have that system move through, right? Watch these purple colors as they drop down. By Wednesday morning, we're talking about a chilly morning and what will look like a chilly and also windy Valentine's Day for us here in Connecticut and likely across the Northeast U.S. after that system pulls out on Tuesday afternoon. Thank you so much for watching the Storm Tracker forecast. We'll continue to monitor this storm as we head through Monday night and, of course, through the day on Tuesday. We'll be live streaming on our streaming platform, so make sure you're following us there. Follow us on social for more updates for the entire Storm Tracker team. And if you're interested in following me specifically for more weather content, here's a look at my social media profiles. Love to have you over there. But, of course, thank you so much for watching the Storm Tracker forecast from NBC Connecticut.